Hey NFL fans, this is Gary Greene, longtime sports handicapper and professional sports bettor in Las Vegas with your Gary Wins videos. And this is our Week 15 NFL Stock Down Team of the Week. And this week it's the Atlanta Falcons. And if you watched all my videos all year long, and if you've listened to me for 35 years doing shows here in Vegas in the casinos, national radio shows, whatever, you know that the biggest non-fan of Kirk Cousins is me. And it's all duly correct. Every year, same story. And we're getting it again this year, just like I told everybody it would happen. They paid a ransom of a king for a pauper. And this is what you get when you pay a guy who's done nothing but rob the league for many, many years. Couple weeks back, I think 3-4 weeks ago, I gave you a stock down on Kirk Cousins before he crashed. Not now. I gave that to you a month ago. So the bottom line is I know this guy. I know defenses. I know offenses. And I can see a head coach who can make an adjustment at halftime. Seattle's head coach has done it now for the last month. This head coach, Morris, is doing exactly what he did the last time he had a head coaching job. Nothing. Can't make any halftime adjustments. Too lackadaisical. There's no fire in this team. I mean, this team was 6-3, folks. Now they're 6-7, 4 straight losses. Kirk, fraud, stat patter, Cousins. I mean, he's led this offense the last 4 losses to 21 points, 13 points, 6 points, and 17 points. Nothing. That's tragic in this league, especially this late in the year. You're supposed to be clicking at this time if you're a good team. Now, we have Atlanta and the owner, blank. He got hoodwinked. No doubt about it. Teams are so desperate for quarterbacks in this league that they just think that the name and the stats and the numbers, which are the most deceiving numbers in the history of the league, this guy, that they take a chance and they throw a ton of money at a guy, and it's just not working out. And they're not going to change the Penix right now because of one reason. They have a super easy schedule the rest of the way. They only have at Washington. The other 3 games are against 3 chumps. Let's just put it mildly. And they should finish minimum 3-1 in those games. If they do that, they're going to be right there probably at the end, tied for first place. Okay, when we look at this team right now on defense, the defense stinks, Kirk Cousins stinks, special teams stink. But last week, they did what you cannot do when you're struggling. It's the opposite, but they had 127 yards and penalties. Nobody's winning that game with 127 penalties, yards. Kirk Cousins, the last 4 weeks, he's got 0 touchdown passes. 0. He's been sacked 8 times. He's got 8 interceptions. I don't know, but my friend Stevie Wonder knows that none of those things are good, okay? This is supposed to be a team that was going to, the Chicago Bears and the Atlanta Falcons were going to the Super Bowl in the offseason, and I laughed. Okay. We got the special teams struggling. We got the defense that couldn't cover the kids in the neighborhood. They can't get any pass rush. They can't cover. Their alignments are terrible. It's almost hard to believe that you could be this bad this late into the season and you can't make any adjustments to just slow the bleeding. They can't do it. This is a team that's brutal right now, and hard for me to see if it's going to get a whole lot better going forward. But Kirk Cousins, for years, he's struggled whenever the games get tough. But right now, it's the entire Atlanta Falcons team, and that's why I'm giving the Falcons team and not Kirk Cousins. Because he can't win the award twice in a month. But this head coach has sucked, like I said, all year. Cousins, he's getting pretty decent offensive line play. It's not like it's horrific. In the tapes I watched, he's got clean pockets, and he's throwing interceptions. He's throwing like softballs, so indecisive, slow in the pocket. The guy got old. Plain and simple, can't play anymore. Yes, everybody has 400-yard games when you're playing some of these weak sisters. And, he's got talent on this team. He's got a talented running back in Bijan Robinson. He's got talented receivers. There's no reason for this team to ever have lost 4 straight games, especially against some of the teams that they played. But, again, when Cousins throws an interception, the Atlanta Falcons are 2-7. You can't turn the ball over. This guy's been playing long enough. It's not like the balls are getting tipped. I chart that stuff. He's flat out throwing misreads, way overthrows on wide open receivers. Again, the offense is totally really out of sync because of him. Again, the defense, when you have no pass rush, it's really difficult. I think they're second worst pass rush in the league. They're right there at the bottom. But again, the great thing about this league is there's so many bad teams and the schedule plays into their favor. If this team does not make the playoffs and they lose and they go 2-2 or 1-3 down the stretch with this schedule the rest of the way, Cousins got to go and it's time for him to go home for good. I'll miss him, but it's fun to rip a guy every season and be right. But the head coach is going to have to go too, because this guy has just been a complete bustola. Everybody talked about how great he was going to be. There's guys that just ain't meant to be head coaches, and poor old Raheem Morris is just not one of them. So our stock down team of the week, the Atlanta Falcons for week number 15 in Gary Wins videos. Make sure you check out my stock up video. That's a good one. All my college basketball videos. Make sure to bookmark us at Gary Wins videos. And may all your wagers be winning ones. Happy holidays. And please, folks, never bet what you cannot afford to lose. There's going to be a lot of bowl games coming up, a lot of games, a lot of action. Make sure you bet wisely. Have a great week.